Jesse Moxam seems like a regular teenage boy. He gets a snack, plays a video game, and wrestles with his dog. He's happy with life these days, for the most part, now that he can show the world who he really is. Jesse was born female.
Doesn't matter what body you're born with or what bits and pieces you have, it's who you are inside.
And Jane says there was never any doubt that her son was male, trapped in a female body. He was a tomboy, yes, but it went much farther than that.
This is my testosterone.
Today, Jesse is preparing for gender reassignment surgery, living in public as a young man, and he's been injecting testosterone since August under the supervision of a medical doctor.
But I've been on T for about 3.5 months now, I think. My shots are getting easier to do-ish. No real changes. Got more hair on my legs and like my body. Got really bad acne. Real pissed off.
Jesse says puberty was hell. He didn't like what was happening to his body. He was so conflicted, in fact, that he tried to kill himself on more than one occasion. Then he saw an episode of Tyra Banks.
Now on Tyra.
He learned what transgendered was, and everything fell into place.
For me, it was like, you don't have to struggle anymore. But then obviously, we do have to struggle because we have to jump through hoops for surgeries and various other things. So it's a struggle, but in a different way. At least Jesse now knows who he is, and he knows he has support, and he knows that we love him, and that is the most important thing.
But not everyone is as understanding as his mom. Society is full of judgment, misunderstanding, and bullying.
There's more to it than just trying to be a boy or a girl. There's a lot more to it, and we go through so much stuff with bullying, and there's such a high risk of suicide being trans than just being a normal kid. And people need to realize that what they say hurts, and there's numerous people that are trans and go back on it because of all the bullying and threats that people have said.
And simple decisions like which restroom to use are not simple for Jesse. At his high school here in Nanaimo, where he plans to graduate this June, he uses the handicapped washroom. Lauren Friedman, Jesse's guidance counselor, says what he sees of Jesse and his life is very positive. He thinks Jesse is on the right path, but he worries about other people's ignorance.
So I think there is more acceptance now than there ever has been. And I think we do have a long way to go, and I also think that somebody like Jesse, I've talked to him about this, he's chosen a path, he's on that path, and he's a representative.
This story, for example, could help create awareness and acceptance for Jesse and others like him. That is our hope. His family has experienced some of that acceptance, but they have also experienced the uglier side of humanity.
We've had death threats, Jesse's had bullying, I've had people say I'm a bad parent, but that's part of life, you know, and unfortunately it's the people that have that are bullying and that are being negative that actually obviously have a problem.
Well, I'm concerned about getting a job because I don't want to get fired because I'm trans or have issues with that. And I do want to have a family one day, but I can't have my own biological kid. I either have to get a sperm donor or adopt.
Whether Jesse has kids or not and how that could actually happen is something to consider for sure. Today, with the support of his mom and others in his life, he's becoming the person he knew he always was. It's not easy for him, but he says it's right.
It's what I need to do to become the person that I was meant to be when I was first born.
Jesse is living as a young man in our community and is anxiously waiting for the first of 3 major surgeries. By the time he enters the workforce, he hopes his birth certificate will officially declare him male. In Nanaimo for The Daily, I'm Kate Bergen.